All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. All right, just bear with me. I'm trying to check this Wi-Fi. Let's see what's going. Okay, see what's going on with this. All right, just give me a moment. Satan's in the midst. See what's going on with this. All right, just give me a moment. Satan's in the midst. All right, so sounds good. All right, Salakia for that. All right. Hey, we're at the end. All right, keep fighting that good fight of faith. All right. And lay hold onto that eternal crown. All right, the Wada Abanawa Yahweh Bashim El Shai Bashim Kakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, a cruel hunter will be upon the wild bulls. Okay, a cruel hunter will be upon the wild bulls. And this lesson is regarding major prophecy. Okay, Jacob's trouble. All right, Esau, Edom coming in like a flood. In particular decrees that are being laid. So Esau has ultimately, okay, Esau will have the right and ability to come down upon the Lord's people. Okay, so this is why the times that we're in, we are utilizing our faith muscle. Okay, we're tapping in to the spirit more than just the flesh. Okay, and this is what you have to do in these times because things are happening quickly. All right, so what I want to do, all right, check the audio. So we should be good. All right, Adon Ratazah, this punk ass Wi-Fi works. But let me get this quick precept, man. This came to mind. Let me read this first. Let me get a exhortating precept. Look at this. What's going on with this, man? Look at all this. All right. Let's work around it. Let's go to Proverbs. Look at this. Look at this. Verifying I'm a human. All right. Let's exit that. Let's go right here. Let's go like this. Let's duplicate. Okay. Let's go to Psalms 17. All right. This is Psalms 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So ultimately, Esau, Edom has been set up for the day of evil. And this sword is getting ready to be swung, in particularly on 2/3 of the Lord's people. Proverbs 16:4, the Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, we're entering some very evil times, okay? But this is all a buildup. Okay, we got so-called black fatigue, Babylon fatigue, wicked fatigue, and now Esau, Edom, all right, starting with the cruel Lord, Donald J. Trump, Nero, all right, he's planning to clean up the crime that Babylon is ridden with right now. But the scriptures speak about how the love of many shall wax cold. The scriptures also speak about how the love of many shall wax cold and perilous times. Okay, so under the Biden administration, there was a lot of laws that were lessened that really allowed crime. So what you're witnessing is order out of chaos. Okay, even right here in Rochester, New York, under the Biden administration, they made carrying a gun not a violent crime. Okay, so you have to understand. Let's actually look and see if we can find anything on that. Let's put this under Biden admin. Okay, under Biden's administration, let's say why was crime turned to a lower offense? Let's just see what comes up. I just want to see. I'm trying to build something right here. All right, I'm trying to show you how this is just order out of chaos. Let's see. It's not directly supported. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'll do. Let me see. It says which clue. Okay, but y'all remember how certain crimes were turned to misdemeanors and not larceny. Okay, like this. I'll ask this. Now watch this. Why in Rochester, NY, was having a gun considered not a violent crime? Okay. Yeah, violent crime. Now let's see what they say with this. Let's see what they say. Okay, and this is under the Biden administration. Look, in New York State, including Rochester, simply possessing a firearm without a license or permit is generally classified as a felony, but not always as a violent felony, depending on the specific circumstances. So, of course, I can go a little further into this, but if you notice, as the past couple of years under the Biden administration, lawlessness was increased. Okay, let's ask that. Let's ask, why was lawlessness increased under Biden? Okay, admit. Let's see what comes up. I won't spend too much on it. I know you already know. Okay, data suggests that the premise of increased lawlessness or crime under the Biden administration is debated and not fully supported. Shut the fuck up. Yes, it was, man. Okay, I remember literally hearing testimonies from cops claiming how their hands were tied. Okay, this is how this was an angle that got Trump in office. Okay, they made less violent crimes. This is why people were shoplifting. This is why they were stealing. This is why a grand larceny was just turned into larceny or whatever the misdemeanor was. Okay, but you get the point. It says while the initial years of the administration saw some crime spike, particularly in homicide, which began trending upward before the administration took office, the most recent data of 2024 shows a significant decline in violent crime, including murder, blah, 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 blah. All right, but you get the point what I'm trying to make here. And of course, I'm sure I can type in the right word and this punk-ass Google search will give me exactly what we know. You brothers that are in Babylon, you know, I know, okay? Rochester went from being called Rochester to Gloucester overnight, all right? Crime has been increased because laws have been decreased exactly for what we're looking at now, so they can be militarized. Okay, so this little bullshit right here, I don't even know why it's not giving me what I want. Look, some campaign rhetoric has blamed the Biden administration for undermining law enforcement and encouraging lawlessness. See, right there. Critics have pointed to specific policies and actions, such as effort to reform police practices and reduce certain penalties, as potentially contributing to climate of disorder. Exactly. Okay. One perspective suggests that the Biden administration approach to the rule of law itself, particularly regarding the handling of political opposition, could be seen as lawless by some. So there you go. Okay. There you go. So the point is, you had complete lawlessness under Joe Biden, and this was an angle used for Trump's political campaign for Americans to side with re-electing Trump, to bring in peace and order back to America, not knowing this is the plans of the elite and ultimately prophecy. Okay, so now that I'm satisfied with that statement being made, because we know this to be true, but sometimes we have to qualify our statements with facts, okay? But you got to be careful with AI, because AI all of a sudden is opinionated, okay? So anyways, now that I got that out the way, you understand that Esau, Edom is a sword. You understand that he was created for the day of evil. And you also understand that if you are of the elect, then Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kodash will produce divine intervention of protection upon us when this flood does come. And this cruel Lord is going to show a very cruel, harsh, hunting spirit upon these wild bull niggas. Okay. And I will say in that way because this is for 2/3. 2/3 have been hoodied down, fucking baby kids, running amok, fucking twerking, shooting, killing, stabbing. Okay. Just gone wild. Jake has gone wild in these last days. And this is the Lord's sword getting ready to enact hunting season. All right. So let's go to this. It says Trump's military takeover of Washington, D.C. is a sheer demonstration of power. Now, is there underlining motives within this? Absolutely. Okay. America is never going to openly admit it's getting ready for a third world war. There's a lot of things that they're not going to let the general public know for in particular reasons why they're bringing in military, but they're definitely letting it be known that this military is being brought in to target Jake. Okay. And Jake has been the wild bull in the net. Let me actually grab that real quick. This is Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. Okay. So this is why you're seeing this, the corner takeovers. This is why you're seeing these parades turn into wild riots. This is why you're seeing little girls shaking their ass. And even here in Rochester, they just had a Puerto Rican parade and they like basically hijacked a bus. They're on the roofs. They broke into a Family Dollar. They climbed on the roofs up there. So there's complete lawlessness that has been going on for quite some time, so that Esau has the excuse to come down with the type of power and force that he's going to bring, and people are not going to question it. See how easily he's bringing military into the general public of the streets, and people aren't looking at this as, their rights being suppressed or taken over. All right. It's a sleight of hand. Okay, this is multiple prophecies playing out within one. This is definitely leading to Jacob's trouble, but this is also leading to other avenues as well. So Jake is being used as an excuse. Okay, the predators. And remember, during Katrina, they were taking Jake out, man. Okay, so Jake is going to be open season in the time to come, and they're going to be hunting Jake like the animals that they are. But who shall rouse him up? So now Jake is being a terror in these cities. Now Jake is being rose up because of racial issues. And now Esau is sharpening his sword. So he has the right to come down with this extreme force to so-called bring in order. Everything's playing out, man. Okay. And the Lord is not playing. And the Lord's got it on Esau's spirit. So Esau ain't playing. Okay. It says, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull. Gang, gang. All right. Now let me see real quick. Let's put this in this. Let me see real quick. Let's put riots in. Let's put riots in the US. Let's see what comes up. Lists of civil unrest. Let's just go to images. I want to see. Okay, let's put 2025. Let's just do 2025. Okay. See, political violence, civil unrest, Los Angeles riots, July 25th. Okay. Then you had the Gaza situation. You had the Palestine situation. Then you got the racial situation. So this is what's happening is there's a common theme of uproars of the people, which is prophecy. So now that these uproars have been allowed, especially under Biden, to run amok, now under this new Lord, okay, Trump, they're going to reciprocate their response in a very harsh and cruel manner compared to how Babylon Biden handled things. All right. And let me actually show you that. I'll hold this. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. See? So Trump is that cruel Lord. All right. And he is lording over the people, even people in political positions of power. And I'll show you that. It says, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem El Shai of hosts. See? And now look at this. I'm going to go back to Isaiah, but look at this. It says, National Guard deployed in D.C. Mayor Bowser says her hands are tied under Trump's authority. Okay, you see that? Her hands are tied under Trump's authority. So now you can, and then I also found out that sanctuary cities are now being cut off from federal funding. Let me look that up. Are sanctuary cities being cut off from federal funding? Let's see what comes up. Let me see. Just give it a second. We got to wait for this. Recent legal actions have challenged the Trump administration attempts to cut off federal funding from sanctuary cities. The judge argued that administration actions were likely unconstitutional, withholding funds, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it says on April 24th, 2025, which were in August, a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction temporarily blocking the administration from withholding funds from 16 sanctuary jurisdictions. So how long until these judges do not have that power anymore? Because I just seen something. Let's look that up. Let me go like this. Can a federal judge block Trump's orders? Let me just see what comes up. Which this is division, which we're in Isaiah 19. Yes, federal judges can and have blocked actions taken by the Trump administration through court orders such as injunctions. But for how long? This is a cruel Lord. Isaiah 19, division. I will say Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay? So we're entering a time where a judge to hear a case on whether Trump violated. Federal judge rejects Trump's blah, blah, blah. U.S. court says Trump's Doge can access sensitive data. Okay, so you're starting to see it. Look, 26 minutes ago, judge says ICE can't hold detainees at NYC facilities. So you can see the divisions in the air, but you can see what the federal government of Babylon through Trump is what they're doing is they're isolating themselves to have complete control. Okay. And this thing is gonna bust wide open, and it's gonna affect Jake the most. Okay, so all that gang life and partying and bullshitting and rising up to play is getting ready to come to an end, man. Okay, all that twerking and smoking and music videos and YN shit. You were allowed to do that just so Esau Edom can have a reason to come down with extreme force, like he's getting ready to. Watch. Esau Edom's about to come down with extreme force, man. Okay, now let me see from here. We'll hold this one on deck. I'll finish this off. Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. Exactly. All right. Now let's go like this. Let's put crime in DC. Okay, let's go to pictures. Okay. All right. So now they've allowed enough crime to go out so that they can come down with extreme pressure. And that's what they're getting ready to do. Okay. Let's put criminals in DC. See what they got. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Just looking through. See what they got here. Okay. Watch, Jake. You're going to see why it's Jacob's trouble. You're going to find out why it's Jacob's trouble very, very soon. Let me put Washington. Damn, this computer is hot as hell. Let's go right here. All right. And then with them cracking down, how long are we going to be able to stay on the streets? How long are we going to stay on the streets teaching? Okay. I'm just going through. I'm just seeing what they got. All right. So let's get it from there. National Guard troops arrive in D.C. to execute Trump's order to address crime. Madmen sparing none, spoiling and destroying. Let me see what else I got. Yep, her hands are tied, which that's going in Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So this is causing major divisions as well. Okay, controlled oppositions, things of that nature. All right, let me keep going, see what else I got for you. Yes, now check this out, what Trump said. He said, if our capital is dirty, the whole country is dirty. See that? So they allowed this crime to spread through prophecy now to present themselves as a hero to clean up the crime-ridden neighborhoods, as if now everything is just going to go back to peace and righteousness. No, it ain't going to happen, man. Okay, things are about to turn up in a brand new way. Now, does the scripture speak about scum? Absolutely. Check this out. This is Ezekiel 24:9. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, woe to the bloody city. So now Esau's acting like now the cities are bloody compared to him not establishing the city through bloodshed and equity. This is all prophecy happening. This is taking place through prophecy, but man is spinning it on a level to where they're trying to fix a problem as if they didn't cause. I will even make the pile of fire great. And that's what's ultimately going to happen. Babylon will be burned for the wickedness. Heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, and spice it well. This is what the nukes are going to do. And let the bones be burned. Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molted in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. So what did Trump say? If the capital is dirty, the country is dirty. Well, this place is filled with scumbags, wickedness, iniquity, and abominations. So the Lord is going to cleanse Babylon, not Esau, Edom. Edom can't clean up what he has put down. Well, he that is crooked can't be made straight. He's the reason of this. It says, destroy them that destroyed the earth. Okay, now is Jake being used as a fall guy for prophecy's sake? Yeah. But Esau, Edom, this place has been a scumbag country since you got here. And now allowing Jake through certain policies and orders and lessening crime to produce lawlessness, you are now using Jake as the reason for the scum and filth when you are the main progenitor of it. It says, she has wearied herself with lies, and her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire. See that? So it's spiritual that he said if our capital's dirty, the whole country is dirty, and it is dirty. All right, it's physically dirty and it's spiritually dirty, but this is all a plan. This is all prophecy. This is by design. Jacob's trouble is on the way, and it's going to be a cruel hunter upon these wild bulls, okay, in a net, as an excuse to push more military force on the general public of people. Get used to seeing more military in these streets, all right, and especially with the Third World War coming. And then you got the MOTB. Who's going to be implementing the MOTB? I speak as a man, but it would make sense that the military is going to be used to bring that in as well. Remember during I Am Legend, Scanner again, who was scanning? The military. All right. Let me see. I don't even know if I want to read into this. Symbolic. Capital cities often embody a nation's identity, values, and aspirations, making their cleanliness and overall condition a symbolic representation of the country's health and efficiency. So if the capital is dirty, the entire country is dirty. So as the king is, so are the people. But now he wants to pull the hero card and create a villain. And now he's coming in to bring his order in the act of heroism. Yeah, right. All right. Sleight of hands. And then look at this. It says Trump's administration eyes military actions. Where is it? Against Oakland. Okay. So they're spreading. Okay. They're spreading this military position of power. And what is Jake going to do? Jake is not ready to fight Esau with Esau's blessing. Okay. This is why spiritual power is needed. This is why Daniel 12 says, Ma'akah Allah shall stand up for the Lord's people, because there's about to be a great divide in Babylon, even amongst Jake. All right. The lights in Goshen. Watch. Now, let me see what else I got for you. I'm just going through the list real quick. Yes, let's finish it off. Isaiah 51:20, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in the net. So now these wild bulls, okay, these terrors amongst Egypt are being used as the focal point, all right, of predators that the sword of Edom can cut down and bring back Edomite America. But that's not going to happen. Prophecy says otherwise. It says they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of their power. Okay. And look, who's going to be coming in to hunt these wild bulls? Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. See? So not of our people don't understand the necessary steps of prophecy and what's getting ready to take place. To think that Esau Edom's just being racist again, or it's just because I'm black. No, this is prophecy. This is about Jacob's trouble. This is about 2/3 of being judged. This is about the mandatory steps of tribulation that have to come to pass so that we can enter into the kingdom. Excited to see how he's going to push that mark of the beast, man. And this is why we've told camps, all right, stop claiming making mirth amongst the people. Because Esau ain't playing. Trump ain't playing. See what else I got. Oh, yeah, I looked this up. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has found no legal options to prevent President Trump's takeover, admitting she can't stop him and is now furious. See that? So when this thing kicks into full swing, hey, Jake is just going to have to accept what the judgment that the Lord has prescribed for him prophetically. Sword to sword, captivity, captivity, famine to famine. You can see the necessary steps of Jacob's trouble playing out, man. And what's he going to do? Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai shall lift up a standard against him. So this is going to be the divine intervention for the Lord's elect, even though the Lord's people are going to be targeted. Okay, the Lord's people are going to be targeted, but the elect is who's going to be delivered out of the midst of that persecution. Okay, and that's coming, man. It's getting ready to take place, and we're watching it unfold right before our eyes. So should we be making mirth? Should we be in the house of feasting? Or should we be locking in? We should be locking in the spirit right now, man. Ezekiel 21 and 9, it says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. All right, so DC's about to get real militaristic, man. DC's about to get real militaristic, man. Okay, and other states and cities as well. All right, that's why I said city against city. Okay. And then you're going to start having military normalized in the streets, which will also further push for them to gain control when World War III is implemented and people are going to start bugging out. So he's going to have a military police state bogarting the American public of people. And Esau, Edom, the regular citizens, them gun-ho MAGA hat Edomites, they're going to join in on the fun with Jake, man. Okay. And then what's going to happen to resources? What's going to happen to supplies? What's going to happen when they cut off water? Okay. What's going to happen when the military is distributing goods and resources? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing is about to shake up in a wild way. Let me see. It says it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. We should not be making mirth right now. Okay. It says, and he has given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Okay. Who's the slayer? Edom. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite thereof upon thy thigh. See this? You see this? So this thing is about to go down in a major way. And we're going to keep watching. And we're going to keep watching it. We're going to keep reporting until it is fulfilled. So we're going to see how it plays out in D.C. We're going to see how it's going to play out in Oakland. We're going to see how in particular events and the pushback of people or agent provocateurs, things of that nature. We're going to start seeing more people get arrested, live ammunition, And watch, we're going to see when ICE is starting to be pushed more in the news, because if you notice, certain things happen, then it kind of goes away. Then it comes back, then it goes away. So you're going to start seeing more news with Amalek, more news with Persia, more news with the military in Jake neighborhoods. Get ready and expect to have certain people be used as so-called martyrs. Okay, there could be a protest, and then someone could get shot, and that's going to lead to them trying to shoot. Then that's going to lead to them locking down, and then they're going to be leading into martial law. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to transpire in a major snowball effect. Okay, so expect that. Expect that. Do not expect things to go back to normal, because there is a new normal and you're looking at it. The new normal's military. The new normal's draconian. Okay, the new normal's tyrannical. The new normal is speaking as a dragon. This is a cruel lord, and it's going to be a cruel hunter upon these wild bulls. And we're going to watch this play out in real time. So I just want to do a quick lesson on that. This damn laptop's overheating. So let me just end this lesson now. A lot of strange things are happening. So continue to fight that good fight of faith. All right. Keep laying hold. The famine of hearing the word, we are near to that. We are near to the MOTB. We are near to prophecy being fulfilled. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.